Rent-A-Center, an American retail giant, was once a leader in the rent-to-own market, providing furniture, electronics, and appliances to customers with flexible payment options. But when it expanded into Canada, the story took a different turn. Today, we explore why Rent-A-Center's Canadian dream ended in failure. It all began in Wichita, Kansas in 1973. Ernie Talley founded Rent-A-Center with a simple idea: to make household essentials accessible to people who couldn't afford upfront payments or didn't have access to credit. By the mid-1990s, the company had grown rapidly across the U.S. and set its sights on Canada. In 2004, the company expanded into the Canadian market by acquiring 5 stores in Edmonton and Calgary, Alberta. Rent-A-Center opened stores in major Canadian provinces, targeting low to middle-income consumers. Its business model was straightforward: rent household goods with the option to own them after completing the rental agreement. No credit checks, no upfront payment, just weekly or monthly fees. But this model had a catch. The total cost of ownership often far exceeded the retail price of the items. While it worked in the U.S., things didn't go as planned in Canada. Why? Several factors came into play. First, Canada's stricter consumer protection laws demanded more transparency in pricing and fair lending practices. Rent-A-Center's high fees and lack of clarity raised red flags among regulators. Second, Rent-A-Center faced stiff competition from local players like Easy Home, which offered similar services but were already deeply rooted in Canadian communities. Additionally, major retailers began offering zero-interest installment plans, making Rent-A-Center's offerings less appealing. Third, cultural differences played a role. Canadian consumers were more cautious about high-interest, long-term rental agreements. Many viewed the rent-to-own model as predatory and were unwilling to engage. Adding to the challenge was Canada's stable economy at the time. With better access to credit and financing options, fewer Canadians turned to rent-to-own services for their needs. By 2008, Rent-A-Center's Canadian operations were underperforming. Struggling with high overhead costs, ineffective marketing, and declining customer interest, the company decided to exit the Canadian market entirely. Back in the U.S., Rent-A-Center remains a significant player in the rent-to-own market, but its Canadian venture serves as a cautionary tale, a reminder that international expansion requires careful adaptation to local laws, competition, and consumer behavior. So, what can businesses learn from Rent-A-Center's Canadian failure? Success in one market doesn't guarantee success in another. Understanding local regulations, cultural preferences, and economic conditions is crucial for long-term growth. This has been another episode of DT Discovery, uncovering the stories behind business successes and failures. Like and subscribe for more deep dives into the world of business.